I'm Vernon L. Bowling, and welcome to another edition of Focus. As I hope you know, Focus has been on the air for over 40 years. We've been continuing to bring you the African American community problems, accomplishments, as well as successes that we've had within the African American community. Don't touch that remote. Matter of fact, you can get your pencils or papers together and write down some information that we're going to give to you that's going to be very important that you probably can use later. We'll be right back with more Focus after these messages.
Here at the Audubon Center, we connect inner-city children with nature.
Before I came to Audubon, I didn't think about the environment.
I see children discovering a universe that wasn't available to them if the center wasn't here.
This place teaches you so much. If there wasn't a place like this, I think a lot of people would be missing out.
We count on the lottery to help us fund our programs for K through 12 students. We need more friends like the lottery in the community.
I remember when I was 19 years old, I was working in this social service agency in New York, and this woman, 32, 33 years old, came up to me. I guess I was arrogant, I was young, I was filled with life and everything else a 19-year-old is filled with. And she came up to me and she said, "One day you'll be my age, and then you'll know." And I looked at her like, "You're old." 32, she was 32, I was 19. Well, fast forward to today, when I look back at my 19-year-old self and I smile, and I look back at her little young 32-year-old self and I almost laugh at myself and my ignorance. But you've heard it, youth is wasted on the young. Well, today we have three beautiful women who understand youth and who understand aging. And that's our title today, Aging in America. So welcome, Juanita Copeland.
Thank you.
Welcome, Sharon Ukaha. And welcome, Maisha Pasha, again. Wow, this aging thing is just, I mean, we're all aging. So for those of you who are 19, 18, 17, 12, for those of you who are 50, 60, 70, one thing for sure, we are all aging, including this table, this fabric, everything, because that's just the nature of life. But there is this thing about being old or getting older in America that doesn't really seem to be in our benefit, it seems. I mean, now Juanita, you are the one that said to me in a huff and a puff, "You haven't even done anything on aging in America." You know, like, well, because I'm not aging, all right?
Get it twisted.
You know what I'm saying? Why did you feel it was important that we talk about this?
I think it's important because there's so much emphasis on the younger generation. We need more on those of us of the older generation. I go to the bookstore and I can't find books about people 70, 80 as much as I can for the 40-somethings. So I thought we should do something to talk about what you face when you're aging and become older. And for me, personally, I'd like to hear from the rest of you, it's been the happiest time of my life.
Oh, good.
I have thoroughly loved that and I'm not ashamed, 72 years young.
Yeah, beautiful.
I have totally enjoyed it because it's opened up a whole different world for me. Mm-hmm. And I'd like to hear about the rest of you. What did you think?
And that's one thing about aging, they take over.
I shared.
Oh, that was all time. Oh my goodness. Well, I think there should be talk going back and forth. You know, we should listen to them, as you said at the meeting, and they should listen to us. But yeah, I do think that we shouldn't be ignored we're here and we have experiences and we've been through a lot and we know things, and it's a good way of sharing if we're appreciating one another. You know, I appreciate you where you are and how long you've been on the planet Earth, and you appreciate how long I've been here.
Major, do you feel as if we are being, and I say we because we are the elders, that we are being ignored by the younger generation? Let's take a look at the Generation X and the millennials, because we are boomers and you are a traditionalist, right? Considered traditionalists, and you and I are baby boomers. What do you think that there is this disconnect between our generation and Generation X and the millennials who are even younger?
Well, yes, because we don't share enough. We're not around them. We don't give them an opportunity to talk to us. Like the elders in Africa, they used to always sit around the fire and share. And we don't do that anymore. I think that's where the disconnect comes, because we are getting older, and it's okay for us to get older, and we look good and we get older. But the young people don't recognize us because we don't put ourselves out there to share with them. I think that's got a lot to do with it.
Well, what about those who think that it's your you had your time and now it's our turn, and we really don't want to hear what you have to say? Because some of us do put ourselves out there. But what about those who say, well, I don't really want to hear what you have to say because, you know, it's our turn and you've already had the chance, you done messed things up. They feel as if we messed things up. Those are losers. Say that again?
Those are the losers.
The young folks
young folks that don't want to listen to the elders.
They're losers.
They're losing.
They're losing. Okay.
They're the losers because we have knowledge. We have wisdom to pass on. And when we put it out there, if you don't listen to it, you're losing out on the experience that we have.
And so we're not necessarily saying that you have to do everything that we're saying.
Right,
we're just saying just take some information, and the information that we have could be helpful in you building your own new world.
Yes.
You know, but let's take that information.
Well, my grandson saw the movie 7 Years a Slave, and he came to me and said, how did they live through that? Well, that was my entree. I pulled out 10 books. I sat him down, ordered pizza.
Is that why they don't like us?
That gives too much information.
Too much. Oh my God! I just all I asked was one question.
Right.
And he really benefited. I got to admit, he told me he really learned a lot. And I told him the key was, I asked my grandmother, how did she stand the help experience working in Miss Ann's kitchen and all the meanness in that? And she said, I did it for you. And I thought, she didn't even know us, the 5 of us. But what she meant was, she did it for us to have a better life. So this is the ultimate lesson I wanted to teach him. But I was so glad that he asked that question, and it was an invitation to share.
And even better that he sat and listened.
Yes, he did.
You know,
the pizza helped.
Exactly.
So now let's talk about the physical characteristics of aging. You know, because sometimes I pass by a mirror and I'll be like, whoa, damn. You know, who is that? And then I'll see pictures and I'll say, okay, you know how when you're younger, you look at a picture and you don't like it. And then when you get older, you look at that same picture, you say, damn, I was really fine. You know? When you don't realize it until you get older. So the physical things, how do you feel about that?
It kind of shocks you, you know, to have gray hair, and you know, if you have to take the tweezers, and this is something you haven't done before, and all of a sudden, you know, you got to check, and the this and the this, and it just changes, and it kind of sneaks up on you, and you never really thought about yourself changing, and then all of a sudden you notice it. I'll tell you a little quick story. I saw an old movie with Katharine Hepburn in it, and she had on this dress and the collar came up like this, and then she had gloves on, long sleeves and gloves on, and so I can remember I used to wonder why women wore scarves around their neck, and now I know.
But do you feel as if the society is hard on women specifically. Well, I know you feel that way because it is. I mean,
It
a man
is.
ages and he's
Yes.
distinctive, and a
Yes.
woman ages, she's just old.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's unfair. But
Useless.
I might say the women nowadays, we're changing that paradigm.
Right.
We're shifting that paradigm
right.
because we are living longer. We always
Yes.
live longer than men, but we are taking care of ourselves. I mean, you have a
Yes.
routine that we'll talk about, all right?
Yes.
And then
Yes.
we take better care of ourselves. We're eating better. We're living longer, and we're looking well into our age.
Yeah.
But that doesn't negate the fact that we are aging, and this particular society does not seem to honor
Right.
honor those who are aging.
Right.
Now, I see also a shift in African American community, and that is before there was a time we would never put our elders in homes ever. It wasn't even a consideration, and we would look at others and we would say, wow, they have no respect for their elders. And now we are adapting the same ways, and we're beginning to put our elders in homes. So, what do you all think about any of this?
Well, my mother died at home.
My mom died at
We
home.
didn't put her in a home. And I think that she felt more at peace by dying at home, around, surrounded by family, surrounded by friends and things that she knew. I don't know. It depends, because a friend of mine had her mother at her home, and she couldn't take care of her because her mother, she had steps and stairs. Her mother would just walk up and down stairs. And we were talking the other day about this guy who walked away from his home and they still can't find him. Dementia. And so it really depends upon the situation, because people are working longer now. Two-parent family, they're working, they can't afford to take care of their parents. So it really depends on the situation.
And sometimes the illnesses are just too difficult for a family to handle, and they need some help. So, what do you
Well,
think?
my mom died not at home, and it wasn't because she wasn't loved and cared for, but it was a situation. But I mean, I was there. The rest of my family, we were, like taking turns, and sometimes we didn't know. We just meet up there. But it's not so much about, I know we try to hold on to a lot, and then it's hard because of the way society is set up. But it's not because she was not loved and not cared about, because I took very good care of her whether she was at home or in that place.
That's good.
It's just different situations.
Yeah.
Each individual situation might require different things.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind being in the home, to be quite honest. I don't want to be a burden to my family.
That's the same thing my girlfriend says.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be a burden. You're
I'm gonna
gonna take care of me, right?
I'm gonna be one too.
Maybe.
But go ahead. I'm sorry. What?
My daughter and her husband have 5 kids, and they're so close together. I didn't realize it when she was having them. And they do want me to live near them. They say, we're going to build a house.
Wait a minute. Live near them, not
Near
live
them.
with them.
In a casita
Okay. On their
outside of-
property.
on their property.
Okay, cool.
Oh, that's
And I get this story about, we're going to do this. And I said, well, it'll be difficult for me to misbehave. And the oldest granddaughter, a very moralistic kid, she'll say, and what might you be doing? I said, well, they're the Chippendale dancers that'll have to come and entertain us.
Hello.
The wine tasting parties. And by that time, she's on the floor giggling. Grandma, I said, well, you think I'm going to be that old that I can enjoy these
You know
sort
what
of
my
things?
grandson said to me yesterday? They were talking, or the day before yesterday, they were talking amongst themselves, and I came in the room, and they said, Grandma, you got a boyfriend? I'm like, are you serious? Is this what you all are back here talking about my love life? Please. It's like, and they went 18 and 19. I'm like, this is really none of your business. I said, but she said, are you dating or anything? I'm like, boys, are you serious?
But they think that's funny.
No, they weren't laughing. They were serious. They were concerned about me. They thought that I needed, a man or something. I'm like, honey,
Or a pet or something. Maybe.
something to pay. I got Lulu.
Oh, okay. Well, that must be how you feel when you're old.
You
Right?
know
You got
that?
a bird.
You got a bird.
Right.
No, I said, I told them, I said, first of all, it's really none of your business, but if you must know, I do date. You know, mostly when I go to New York and Chicago and other cities where I find very interesting people. But we have to take a break. So when we come back, we're going to talk more about this incredible thing called aging, which I think sounds like we all like.
Yes.
We're into it. So
I love it.
we'll be back.
I absolutely love it.
Here at the Audubon Center, we connect inner city children with nature.
Before I came to Audubon, I didn't think about the environment.
I see children discovering a universe that wasn't available to them if the center wasn't here.
This place teaches you so much. If there wasn't a place like this, I think a lot of people would be missing out.
We count on the lottery to help us fund our programs for K through 12 students. We need more friends like the lottery in the community.
Welcome back to Focus. I'm Fatimah Halim, and with me today is Juanita Copeland, Sharon Ukaha, and Maisha Pasha, and we're talking about aging in America. Now, we're authorities on this because this is what we're doing, and we're at that point now where we don't have a problem talking about it, right? Okay, but there are some things that fall apart. Things fall apart, okay? We forget things. However, I'm going to say this. I have to say this because I used to think that, oh my God, I'm getting older. I'm not remembering anything anymore. I don't remember where I put my keys. I don't remember where I put something down. I'll go in the next room and I'll be wondering, why am I in here? Why did I come in here? But I found out the young people have the same problem.
It's not a problem with aging. It's a problem. It's not a problem at all. It's just a part of your life. Because young people, they can't find things too.
Yeah, and they be like, they do the same thing. They go in the room and they...
because they don't want to feel old. They think that only old people have that issue. But it's a part of life. You know, so when I see my daughter go in the room and she says, why'd I come in here? Oh.
So it has nothing to do with age. Okay, how about that time I'm talking on the telephone to one of my girlfriends and I'm on my way to work and I'm like, we running our mouth and I stop like, oh my God, I forgot my phone. And she said, well, you better go back and get it. I make a U-turn. And go back and get my phone. And I'm talking to her the whole time. And then I stop and I said, oh my God, Nazla, we're on the phone. We both just scream. I mean, there are things like that happen. And you be like, oh my God, okay, so what is happening here? Right?
Yeah, it's just a part of life.
It is. It really is.
They don't want to call it old, but it's just a part of life.
It is.
But even the word old sounds
old.
negative.
Negative.
Well, I think that it only sounds negative because there's such a negative connotation on getting old. You know, and people you're almost invisible. You become almost invisible,
get dismissed.
And quite often you get dismissed. So I'm like, you know,
Exactly.
I still go dancing every Friday.
You do.
Yeah.
Yes, I still
Well,
do.
let's talk about our routines because I know I have a routine. I work out at One Body One My Fitness, shameless plug for them. But I work out with them, and then I walk around the neighborhood all the time. And I just found I just had a shelter for my bike that I don't use.
Right.
I had a shelter built for my bike that I don't use. But I got that shelter and I got my bike. You know, that I can use it whenever I want to. Juanita, you were telling me about your routine.
Well, my routine is I spend at least an hour a day getting ready in the morning because I have spinal arthritis. That's why I moved here, for the dryness. And the doctor told me before I moved here I would be in a wheelchair. And I said, oh no, not me. So I stretch in bed before I get out of bed. There's certain stretches I have to do. And then I get on the floor after I pray and meditate, and I do 100 sit-ups. I go to aqua aerobics 3 or 4 times a week. And here's a plug. You can use silver sneakers and go to the gyms free.
Yeah. See, there are advantages to getting old.
Yeah, that's what I do.
Yeah.
And I still had trouble with the left arm doing a crawl stroke. So I went to physical therapy, and I've been doing that for all my life. But this particular one, they use an invasive treatment where they get into actually where the muscle and the tissues are, and they do something there. And within a week, I could do the crawl stroke again. A little plug for Foothills Physical Therapy.
Okay.
Best place I've ever been. And also, I take advantage of all the things that are available. Like the Delta Dental only pays for 2 of the 4 cleanings I need. I need to go 4 times a year, or I'll have the periodontal problems, gum disease. And they paid for 2. And then I find out, because we have time on your hands when you're a senior, not old, but a senior, I found out they'll pay for the 3rd one if you have a medical condition like diabetes or something like that. So now I get 3 of the 4 paid for.
Cool.
And the other thing I learned is that my nephew is a podiatrist, and you can get free shoes, a free pair of shoes every year if you're diabetic.
Free shoes? Any kind of
Free
shoes?
shoes. Well,
Would they have to be the ugly shoes?
well, I don't think these are ugly.
Those are cute.
See, and I get a free pair every year.
Okay.
But you must
So-
be diabetic.
Oh yeah, right. Okay, so
Diabetic, you get
I'd rather
the-
pay for my shoes than not be diabetic.
Thank you.
Right.
So what did you? I'm sorry, Juanita. I
That's
just
it.
wanted to make sure that we
Sure.
all get an opportunity
Yes.
to share what our routines are.
I walk and I line dance, and I dance with the Sun's Golden Grannies. So,
Wait, say that again. Go ahead, girl. So you at the Suns games
Yeah,
dancing?
yes.
What do
yes.
you wear?
We wear gold
You never
pants.
seen the Golden Grannies?
You never
I don't
seen
go
it?
to the Suns games.
Oh,
And that's not because I don't like
But
the
you
Suns.
can go
I just-
online to see us, though.
Oh.
You can go on YouTube to see us. But
Okay.
yeah, we
Golden
wear
Grannies.
black shirts now with gold writing on them, and gold pants and gold tennis shoes.
Tennis shoes, yeah.
Go on, girl.
Oh yeah.
bad.
So I think I got in that in 2008, and the thing about it is I didn't want anybody to know that I was going to go down and audition, because I didn't know if I was going to get chosen or not. And then when they emailed me and said I was in, then that's when I told everybody. But it's been
cool.
interesting. Yeah.
It's fun, huh?
Yeah, it's fun.
How often do you all work out?
We actually don't work out. We have, in fact,
Rehearsals, right?
Yeah, we're going to be dancing at the Mercury game on the 12th of July. So we'll have practice before that, you know.
So get on down to the Mercury game so you can see the
Right.
Golden Grannies
Golden
and
Grannies
Sharon.
dancing.
I saw them. I wanted to join,
Oh,
but I didn't think about how much time it was going to take.
Yeah,
So if it's time consuming or
yeah,
Because
it's
your time
kind
is
of
precious.
during the.
We're going to talk
during
about
the
that precious
season.
time too. How it's the blessings of being retired and doing whatever the hell you want
wanna
to do when you want to do
Oh,
it.
It's sweet. It's
All right.
sweet. It's
Wonderful.
sweet.
So tell me about your routine.
I don't have a routine.
Hello.
I don't have a routine. I go dancing on Friday nights. I love to dance, and my partner, we dance a lot. But other than having a routine, I sleep till noon, sometimes 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm a night person. I'm a
Okay.
vampire, so I'm up at night on the computer or sewing. I might get an itch to go do some sewing, and because I'm retired now, I don't have meetings to go to. I don't have to do a lot of driving. I love that. So sometimes I get up at 7 in the morning, go out and water my little lawn outside and plant flowers and that kind of thing. But I am really, really, people say retirement is a bad word.
Oh no.
Oh no.
I call it rejuvenation.
Loving it.
It's rejuvenation.
Right.
Yes.
It's a peaceful
Yeah.
time.
And if you don't take care of yourself, I mean, you're not going to retire.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're going to retire. If there's one thing that you would like to advise those who have not reached this divine stage of their lives, the seasoned stage, the stage of the true goddess, truly, the stage of supreme understanding and joy and love and openness. Oh God, it sounds good. Y'all want to get old now, right?
Did you write that down?
Just put it on DVR and repeat. But really, what is it that you would advise those who are coming up under us?
To listen to the elders. The elders have wisdom. I like to touch black women's hands because you can see the strength in their hands. And I like that fact that we need to share more. We need to share more. And we need to have you listen to us too, because We have wisdom to impart.
Juanita, what about you?
Well, I think that sometimes the younger people are not receptive to listening. It would be good if they did. So I'm putting my wisdom into a book that I'm writing. And it has poems in it and recipes. It's going to be quite an interesting
But if
book.
you wanted to tell them one thing real quick, what would it be?
Would I tell the young people? I would tell them that when they're in my shoes, to let go of their adult children. I had to learn this the hard way. And I wrote a poem about it that's going to be in the book. Once they're grown, leave them alone.
Hello.
And that's
I
what
like
I
that.
want to tell them because I learned it the hard way.
So just let go. Learn how to let go.
Let go.
What about you, Sharon? One thing.
I would tell young people to take care of their bodies. I heard someone tell a young person one time, oh, you're young, you can eat anything, which is not true.
That's not true.
So don't believe that you can just eat anything, you can stay up and not take care of your body, and that it's just, because it's just not true. You should take care of your body. If you're out here in Phoenix, definitely moisturize your skin, no matter whether you're a male or female. Make sure that you exercise now. Take care of your body now. Don't just think that it's for older people or for people trying to lose weight. Take care of your body and take care of your mind.
And part of getting old is forgetting what you were going to say. So thank God we have no more time because I really did forget. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.
It's funny.
Thank you for joining us for another edition of Focus. And if you'd like to contact us, if there's a topic you'd like to see us present or someone you'd like us to talk to, the information is right up on the screen. So thank you for joining us. We'll see you next week, same station, same time, when Focus continues.